Breaking Barcelona news ahead of El Clasico. The countdown is on for Sunday's massive clash between FC Barcelona and Real Madrid, and the Blaugrana camp is buzzing with updates. Xavi Espart, the 18-year-old La Masia star, has impressed Hansi Flick and the coaching staff in training, showing top-level quality and versatility from midfield to right back. Injury drama continues as Jules Koundé remains a doubt, while Andreas Christensen recovers from illness. Frenkie de Jong and Rafinha have returned to full training and are expected to be available for the match. Meanwhile, Robert Lewandowski is progressing extremely well in his recovery and could be back sooner than expected, although he will miss this clash. With key players returning, exciting youngsters stepping up, and some injury doubts looming, this El Clasico promises to be intense. Barcelona coaching staff, surprised by 18-year-old La Masia talent's quality in training. Since the international break this month, Hansi Flick has regularly called up Barcelona Academy gem Xavi Espart to first-team training. The 18-year-old midfielder turned right back has even been included in the matchday squad for the games against Girona and Olympiacos, and trained with the senior team on Thursday, leading up to the first El Clasico of the season. Flick and company delighted by Xavi Espart. Now, according to Sport, while Flick and his staff were always aware of Espart, they have been surprised by his quality and how well he has adapted to training sessions at the top level. Espart has been at La Masia since a very young age and started out as a midfielder, rising through the ranks at the academy. However, during the 2023-24 season, he was tried out as a right back, and Espart began stringing together impressive performances in his new position. The teenager took advantage of his technical skills and passing ability developed from years of playing in midfield, which allowed him to combine effectively on the right side, making him unpredictable and a constant threat in attack with his surprising runs. At the same time, he grew stronger defensively and more tactically mature. Since then, Espart has continued to make impressive strides and starred for Juvenile A under Giuliano Belletti last season, as they won the treble. Espart's time spent playing in midfield has given him a high technical level and excellent passing ability, allowing him to connect with world-class teammates in the senior team as if he had been doing so for years. Regardless of how long Espart remains with the first team, both the coaching staff and the sporting department are pleased with his performance. The club and the player understand that his place is still with Giuliano Belletti's Barca athletic side, and he will continue to play an important role in their campaign. But they also know that the youngster must stay ready, as any injury or setback in the first team could open the door for him to make the step up. Jules Koundé emerges as doubt for Clasico as Barcelona handed Frenkie de Jong boost. Good news and bad news from the training ground. Barcelona have been hit with another fitness issue ahead of El Clasico as Jules Koundé has emerged as a doubt for Sunday's big match. According to Diario Sport, the Frenchman missed training on Thursday and Friday, and it's not clear currently if he will be available for the trip to the Santiago Bernabeu. There's no word yet on why Koundé is missing, but his absence will be a real concern for Hansi Flick and his staff. Teenager Xavi Espart was part of the session on Friday and could potentially be handed a place in the squad for the trip to the Spanish capital if Koundé misses out. Yet there was some good news from the training ground on Friday. De Jong was back after being sent home yesterday after feeling ill and is now expected to be fit in time for the game. The Dutchman was reportedly the first to arrive for Friday's session and looks to have recovered well from his illness. Barcelona superstar will receive green light to play versus Real Madrid after crushing Jim. There has been a lot of uncertainty within the Barcelona camp heading into Sunday's El Clasico, particularly surrounding the availability of star player Rafinha. Up until the Olympiacos match, the Brazilian was not training, which led to fears that he might not make it in time for the Real Madrid clash. But that changed yesterday, when it was reported that Rafinha had returned to group training, which was a major positive for the Blaugrana heading into one of the most important games of the season. Rafinha will receive the green light. Now, Diario Sport has offered a crucial update on Rafinha's future, stating that the attacker is all set to return to action against Real Madrid. This comes on the back of a brilliant training session with his teammates yesterday, with the player also crushing the gym. The report adds that the Brazilian international looked hungry and determined to make an impact, having already missed a plethora of games due to injury this season. This is music to the ears for Barcelona, who were hoping for a more quality squad heading into the Real Madrid game this weekend. The Blaugrana, after all, have often lacked creativity in the final third this season, so the contribution of players like Rafinha, Lamine Yamal and Fermin Lopez will be integral. However, it remains to be seen whether or not Rafinha will be fit enough to start the game against Los Blancos. Although the report does seem to suggest so, claiming that the Barcelona winger will be 100% fit and ready. Only time will tell whether or not Barcelona are willing to risk starting one of their most important players. Barcelona superstar's injury recovery progressing very well. Club doctors impressed. FC Barcelona are dealing with a number of injury problems heading into the first El Clasico of the season against Real Madrid on Sunday. Even though Rafinha and Frenkie de Jong are set to be available, question marks linger over Jules Koundé's presence after he missed 2 group training sessions in a row. Andreas Christensen's availability is also not clear as he continues to recover from gastroenteritis. Meanwhile, as already confirmed, Gavi, Joan Garcia, Dani Olmo, Marc-Andre ter Stegen, and Robert Lewandowski have been ruled out. Lewandowski's recovery going very well. But there is some positive news with the recovery of one of the injured players, Lewandowski. Indeed, according to journalist Adria Albitz, the veteran centre-forward is recovering very well from his injury and has left the club doctors impressed by the pace at which his rehabilitation is progressing. Lewandowski was sidelined with a thigh injury he sustained while in action for Poland during the international break earlier this month. Initial prognosis suggested a recovery time of around 4 to 6 weeks, but the 37-year-old striker is making great progress and could be back earlier than predicted. In fact, given how well things are going, Barcelona even contemplated the possibility of having him back for the trip to Madrid on Sunday, but decided not to take any risk during Thursday's training session. Building on that, Sport also reports that Lewandowski was seen with his personal physiotherapist this morning at the club's facilities, conducting recovery work. His injury is healing very well, and although he will not be available for El Clasico, the signs are very encouraging. As reported before, Lewandowski's aim is now to be fully fit for the game against Elche on November 2nd. Barcelona head into El Clasico with a mix of hope and uncertainty. Rafinha, Frenkie de Jong, and promising youngster Xavi Espart are ready to contribute. Jules Koundé and Andreas Christensen are doubts, while Lewandowski continues to impress with his recovery. This sets the stage for a thrilling showdown at the Santiago Bernabéu, where Barcelona will need creativity, determination, and tactical discipline to take on Real Madrid. Do you think Barca can overcome their injury issues and win El Clasico? Drop your predictions in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for all the latest Barcelona news, injury updates, and El Clasico coverage.